After several months of controversy, early weekend voting is now back on. That is the final word from the highest court in the land. This is a victory for voters. Republicans still disagree with the decision. Jackie Kuchar is live tonight with what this means for you and if County Board of Elections offices are ready.
For voters, it means you have an additional 16 hours to get to the polls and cast your ballot. Now, here in Montgomery County, back in 2008, 10,000 people cast their ballot that weekend just before the election. And Montgomery County officials are planning for even more this year.
972, 973.
Another busy afternoon of voters casting their ballots early at the Montgomery County Board of Elections.
Take a number to clipboard, have a seat. We've got a future voter here.
They'll now be open the weekend leading up to the election.
I think this is a victory for the citizens of Montgomery County. They've shown in the past that they participated in weekend voting.
The Supreme Court denied Secretary of State John Husted's appeal. He says he wanted to avoid election fraud by closing the polls the 3 days leading up to the election. Plus, it saves counties money. The Democrats fought it, citing it was unconstitutional and that it suppressed voters. Politics aside, Steve Harsman, who oversees Montgomery County voting, says they are ready.
Now that we know and have clarity on the last weekend, we'll add that back into the game plan. And I think voters that come down here to the Board of Elections to vote, they'll see a more efficient, streamlined process and very little wait compared to '08. We've got a whole new system, new technologies.
It's a right, and I think we should use that right. I think it's important.
But other early voters like Richard Doran don't agree.
I'm not sure everybody should be allowed to do it. I think you should have to verify some purpose for that rather than just vote whenever you want to vote.
Well, here are the weekend hours. Friday was already going to happen from 8 to 6, but it's important to note that since many people consider Friday the weekend. Then you have Saturday 8 to 2, Sunday 1 to 5, and Monday 8 to 2. Now, they are seeing record numbers here at the Montgomery County Board of Elections. Back in 2008, at this time, they had a certain number. At this point this year, it's 2,000 above that number, so they are certainly seeing more and more people, and they do say they are ready for that weekend leading up to the election. Reporting live in Dayton, I'm Jackie Kuchar.
Both parties are buzzing about the high court's decision. Democrats pleased, saying more people will be able to vote, while local Republicans feel early voting hours should be a decision made by the state. However, both campaigns are preparing to get voters to the polls on the 3 days before Tuesday's election.
It was a victory for voters in Ohio. The more opportunity we have for people to participate in democracy, the better democracy is.
If we have weekend voting the weekend before the election, it's going to put an unnecessary burden on our Board of Elections when we already have early voting.
And it's going to be critical to those campaigns. I think in 2008, the early vote went heavily for Obama. The day of election, it was almost split, Obama-McCain.
Here in Ohio, every vote will count for each candidate. According to a recent Rasmussen poll, President Obama barely has a lead with 48%, while Governor Romney is sitting at 47%.